Hey, I'm going to talk about the winter garden here at the end of December. This is after Christmas. Yeah, I want to share with you guys my garden. I still have stuff growing. Stay tuned. I'll share. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Pine Meadows Hobby Farm. I'm your host Jerry Hansen. Get some outside time. It's in the 40s, so it's warm enough for at least for me to sit down on the back porch and get some fresh air instead of being stoved up in the house all day. Of course, I do have the option of the greenhouse to go do some activities out there. This is the end of the year. This is after Christmas, and I want to share with you guys. Well, I have a few things growing in my garden. First thing is this one big garden bed. I have some lettuce growing in there. I have some radishes growing in there. I have a couple more varieties of lettuce growing in there. And I've got these things growing. I forgot what I planted. Radish, lettuce, Swiss chard, a variety of Swiss chard, and I got then the carrots. And then over in the corner that I have Brussels sprouts. Yeah, my first time ever growing Brussels sprouts, and I started this plant from seed. And the only other thing I got growing in the garden is over in another bed, and that's onions. Yeah, I got onion starts I got at the store where I get my garden stuff now. And I plant onion sets and got them in the garden. Planted some onion sets, well, some months back, and I already harvested them. And they're here in the greenhouse drying and setting because I know onions have to cure for a while before you put them away. Yeah. And I've already used some onions in some recipes. And it was really satisfying to get some onions in my cooking that I grew. That is incredibly rewarding to me personally. I don't know about you guys, but yeah, it's nice. Speaking of the greenhouse, I have it still heated, especially it's the winter time, but all those mums that I got on sale on clearance from the Grange Co-op, one of them's blooming. It's got blooms on it. I was really stoked about that, and this is December, so I don't know how normal or abnormal that is, but this is my first time at trying to grab the mums. I'll be planting them around my backyard for landscaping. Can't plant them in the front yard because the deer will eat them. I've got to really be selective over the type of plants I plant in the front yard because of the deer population. I have this big fence around my backyard, and the deer do not dare get in my backyard. I tell you what, they do not dare. So I do have some house plants growing in here. My wife's got a little project going on, so we're trying to get more plants in the house to purify the air, certain types of plants. So also, my apple tree is about ready to get pruned. The first nice day I have, I'm going to come out here and prune the apple tree. Boy, it grew a lot this year from the last time I pruned it. I did a video of when I'm pruning the apple tree before, cut it way back, and geez, these little sticks, they grow a lot in just a few months. Looks like I got about 6 to 8 feet growth just within 9 months on some of these. Yeah, that's incredible. That's phenomenal. This tree grows 5 variety of apples. I purchased this as a bare root tree from a seed company online, and I planted this 9 years ago. Has yet to bear fruit for me, and so I'm waiting, thinking maybe this is the year it'll bear fruit. I think this is the 9th year. Maybe this is the 8th year. Yeah, maybe this is the 8th year, because we've been on the homestead for about 10 years now, and we've been developing it, and it took me a couple years before I even got the money together to buy the trees for the orchard. It's been incredibly soggy lately. We had thunder and lightning last night. Yeah, we had real close strikes, so the thunder was really incredibly loud. The first one I heard made me jump out of my chair, and I could have swore I violated my underwear. I mean, it was so loud, and you could feel it throughout the body. But I checked, no violation there. Anyway, my wife and I stepped out on the front porch and checked out the activity, and boy, very unusual for here to have lightning storms, thunderstorms in December. Very unusual for us. It's not unheard of to have lightning like in snowstorms. It's not unheard of, but we just don't experience it too often here. It's just a rare event, and it happened about 3 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. So like I said, very soggy out here. I gotta prune my grapes back. The apple tree has to be pruned back. The grapes have to be pruned back. I got my other grapes over here. I harvested a bunch of grapes from those. I did turn them into wine again. And then my other grapes up here by the gate, they grew out. I just let them grow out a lot. I got a few grapes on them. I rendered them down. It made me like 1 glass of grape juice. That's all it did, but it was a nice experience. And they're growing. I'm letting them grow out around the top of the fence that I have. I'm so glad I finished my fence to keep the deer out. Yeah, it's yeah, I've had deer jump a fence over here and get into the backyard, and I had to, let's just put it this way, I had to remedy the situation, and it was legal. It was totally legal the way I rendered it. Anyway, that's what's happening in the homestead with the homestead garden and what's going on in the greenhouse. Got the heat in the greenhouse so I can go out there and get plants started early. Hey, one of my viewers, a longtime viewer friend of mine that lives over in, where does she live? She lives near that lighthouse. That's the farthest point west in the contiguous United States that you can get. You can't go any farther west than that. And that is Cape Blanco Lighthouse, Port Orford. She lives in Port Orford. She sent me some seeds, and I was actually planning on growing some of these. They're foxglove. Yeah, they're very poisonous, but they're very beautiful. So I'm going to be growing some foxglove in my backyard in shady areas. So, because this year or this next year, I plan on landscaping a lot. So I'm dedicating my resources and my energy just to landscaping, and part of that landscaping is just finishing off getting the garden, the raised beds finished and built for the garden, and getting the garden expanded and getting more rock into the garden. Now, some of the videos, if you guys are following, you notice that we had flooding here the morning of Christmas Eve, and it washed out half my driveway out front. My egress out to the road. Yeah, the county stopped by and checked it out. So they're the ones that put that stuff in there, and they stopped by, they inspected. I don't know when they're going to repair it, if they're going to repair it, if they expect me to repair it, but I don't know. But I can still get in and out, which is okay with me. I can still get in and out of the house. So I'm going to leave it for a while until they figure out what they're going to do, because the flooding actually cut in the road is compromised. So they have to take care of it. I'm not taking care of the road. If the road collapses, it collapses. I can't do anything about it because it's just past my driveway. And our road, as far as the flood damage goes, there's only 2 places that were damaged from flooding that we had that day. My driveway, and right at the end of our road where it intersects with another road. That's it. The only 2 places. Has to be my driveway. Anyway, I'm Jerry Hansen, your host. This is Pine Meadows Hobby Farm. We're a frugal homestead tucked high in the Cascade Ranges of the Pacific Northwest. Stay tuned for more videos. You're going to be surprised on what adventures I have coming up. Yeah. Major motion pictures with big time Academy Award winning actors. Yeah. Stay tuned for those. Anyway, be safe, always be kind, give us a thumbs up, share the videos on your social media platforms, leave a comment if you will. I answer all my comments. If you're rude, I just delete them. You know, I just don't deal with rude. Don't have to. I'm too old for that. Anyway, bye-bye.